Hey guys, what's up? This is Rapid, and I'm bringing you another scrim. This time it's going to be between Team Lzuruha and these guys over here. This is going to be Farmers Fighters, I believe. Team from Texas A&M University, so shoutouts to my homies from there. But yeah, you guys have probably seen a few Lzuruha games if you have watched anything else on my channel at all. But these guys are a little bit newer, so I'll go ahead and go over team comps and introductions and things like that. Over here we have DeJester. He's running Misfortune, extra sexy pirate outfit going on, or pirate hunter rather. Atomic will be joining him top lane on Stormfury. Janna, Slushy's going mid on Veigar, and that's just because of this little thing over here. We have Telandra going top lane on Udyr with Ted Stickles in the jungling Maokai. Jungling Maokai. Anyways, don't think they really want to go for any sort of an invade just because they don't have any damage. I mean, they have a lot of CC. Basically, every person on their team has some form of CC except for DeJester. But they're going up against an Alistar. They're going up against a Karthus. They're, have Warwick in there, just sustained so ridiculous level 1 with the poke with 10% true damage from Corki. So let me go ahead and do introductions for Farmers Fighters. Jerrrrry will be AD carry bot lane on Earth Rider Corki. TOMMMEH will be in the jungle, and AA247. See, I know how to say 24/7 because that's on a lot of my usernames for like Rapid Transit 24/7, which is also my Twitter in case you want to go over there. Anyways, they will be picking a support. bloodybigboss going bottom, and completing their lineup will be Picarus. Top on Volcanic Wukong. So Telandra's just going to go ahead and start off at blue buff, not opting to start with raids or with wolves. That's a little bit interesting. Also, another thing to note is that he has not skilled a skill yet, so that's also a little bit interesting. Maokai did go ahead and pick up the Wraith camp, and I believe that's what I was going to say about raids. It's that I guess I thought Udyr was jungling. I was like, wait a second. No, he's not. And also still no skill picked up from Telandra, and that really determines what he's going to be going for. Opts for Turtle Stance first. A little bit of counter jungling attempt here from Maokai, and I believe that gold did go to TOMMMEH, so nothing doing there, just kind of poking in there, getting the timer respawn on those raids, and he will hop back into his jungle, able to get 2 Wraith camps early. That really gives a lot of the extra, experience benefit to Maokai, gets those early levels, but can't really 1v1 in jungle, and really is really slow Dragoner, so we're going to see how Slushy does against Karthus mid. Now AA247 is a little bit vulnerable. Once Veigar hits 3, that's when the damage starts to pile up. However, it's really more like 6, 7 to 9 that's the really damaging part of the laning experience for Veigar versus Karthus. Now Veigar has absolutely nothing he can do if he gets, he starts getting chain hit by those Karthus Qs, but where Veigar has mana problems, Karthus has tons and tons of mana, getting that back from the Defile passive. So bottom lane, let's see how things start to situate down here. bloodybigboss is not really keeping Jerrrrry too healed up. Jerrrrry forced to pot as well. When you go boots and pots with a support that has sustain, that just means you're looking to hang out there for a long time and or be able to come back if you find yourself getting down too low. Excellent Janna shield from Atomic, blocking the damage from Phosphorus Bomb down there. So top lane is Telandra versus Picarus, and Picarus is really being defensive for Wukong. Wukong, meant to kind of spam out that Nimbus Strike to Crushing Blow combo, and then deceive on out of there if he wants to. I'm actually not sure what the name of that decoy. I'm keep thinking deceive, and actually the stun goes off. The root will be good as well. The ignite down on top of AA247, and that will be first blood. That's the combo they were looking for. You basically want to put CC in your lane when you have Maokai jungle, because then you can just CC them for so long. Apologies for the yawn, but speaking of things being tired, this Corki is tired of getting harassed by DeJester. DeJester has awesome shields from Atomic, and that is just really the strength of a Janna support. She gives you that extra move speed. Actually, we did see Boots and Pots picked up, though. She is sitting at a whopping 361 move speed versus just 352 on Jerrrrry. So that percentage increase, really, really effective. Picarus can't even go out the last hit. Like, he's on fire. I totally thought that was Ignite. I was like, lol, what? But that's just his animation. Does pick up that cannon minion, so not being denied that CS. And actually Ted Stickles will come in here for another gank, and they could just repeat this combo over and over and over again, except that, oh wait, Slushy has no mana, so Slushy's just saving up mana, actually can throw down any one of his spells, but won't be able to throw down a whole lot of them, so he's actually not going to opt for the stun, just going to get the Q off, and so much damage, forcing the flash there. They actually could get this under turret, but Ted Stickles gets exhausted, and actually TOMMMEH is there as well. TOMMMEH will pick up the kill, so a little bit of extra greed there, and actually Slushy flashes in there for the Q. What was Karthus doing? He was just trolling around the turret, and oh my goodness. Actually, TOMMMEH will hit level 6 off of this wave, and that could not be possible because I just looked at his experience bar down there, so I was getting trolled a little bit there by the lack of experience, and I think that maybe actually, yeah, both of these waves could hit him 6, and then the ult Q combo might have been able to pick up Slushy as he cannot throw down that stun. I don't believe he was super low on mana. DeJester and At0mic doing a really good job bottom lane, but no more potions for DeJester. And so for farmers fighting, or yeah, it's farmers fighters, I believe. There's so many F words. I really wanted to call them like triple F and mention something along that line, but Jerrrrry has the Valkyrie on out of there. Actually did not Valkyrie out, just used his regular escape of walking away. Except that he doesn't walk, he's like riding in a little biplane made of Corki, so, or made of Earth. So Earth apparently flying with that spatula, my bad, I'm not from the Northeast. Shout out to you guys, this awesome accent. I wish I had an accent. It'd be so awesome. Nice tiger stance harassment going on there. And actually, Ted Stickles and Slushy are going to find TOMMMEH over there. They knew the blue buff was going to come out, so that may have given them a little bit of an inkling. I know he's still trolling around there, so they could opt to counter jungle this blue buff, and that would not make Karthus a happy camper. Karthus, not the most impacted by blue buff, does have a means of mana regeneration just by getting, those creep kills. And also doesn't need blue for the cooldown on his Q just because it has a set cooldown. And actually, wow, Slushy is in a really bad position. We may actually see an ult here by Warwick. He has hit 6. There goes down the ult. Excellent Qs. There's so much damage. The passive turned on. And wow, that's so much damage all over AA 24/7. Will he actually go down there? No, he gets out alive. But excellent damage there all over Slushy's dome. That's going to make it 2-2. And Wriggle's Lantern helpfully notifying us is the helpful chat feature, which just so happens to be located there. So Picarus is doing an okay job top lane. We'll go ahead and check out the CS. It is 56-47, so not really that big a deal. Bottom is actually 56 for DeJester versus the 53 for Jerrrrry, so things are really still very even. After I saw that gank combo come up from Maokai, I was like, oh my goodness, we're just going to be seeing that all day long. But apparently, not that effective after, as both ganks going mid lane have resulted in kills for FF. I'm just going to call them FF because figuring out the farmers farming, or things like that is just way too confusing. Picarus getting DPS down top lane a lot. He gets actually 2 tiger stances down. And actually, yeah, the animation for tiger stance is not accurate. There is a dot that applies afterwards, but so many minions there for Telandra. If he was Mordekaiser, he would have basically infinite health. He could flash stun for a tower dive tiger stance combo, but looks like AA 24/7 is about to get caught out here. The snare is good, and there comes down the last hit. He's trying to get the Q off, but gets it with the Dark Matter. So Event Horizon being really effective there, and the ult comes off from Karthus, but will not get either one of those kills. Oh my goodness, they need 2 Karthus ults. That is ridiculously low. And Picarus actually does not go down. What? What is this sorcery? How do you do that? TOMMMEH with an epic Q there, dropping the lulls all over Telandra's face. Ugh. Get trolled, son. That was rough. So it is 3-3. HP OP. It's like K-pop, but H-pop. Anyways, DeJester just, CSing really well. Bottom lane is 76 to Corki 63, so he's pulling out the advantage there. A counter, a Wriggle's Lantern picked up there on Udyr, or actually, rather, that was on Warwick. So, really love this chat feature. It's so helpful. It just says all the Wriggle's Lanterns, all the sight wards that have been picked up. No kitty. Bad kitty. Ugh. Kitty is unhelpful for casting, but what is helpful for casting is amazing teams. A blue buff on Veigar is just going to allow him to do basically everything. Actually gets walled there and dodges everything. TOMMMEH is coming in here. There goes the Qs down. He's going to land 1, 2 Q, and actually, wow, so much damage going up on Slushy. Slushy will go down, and actually, Ted Stickles coming in here, but if AA can sustain for just a little bit longer, we'll land a couple more Qs, and this could be the death of Ted Stickles. Will he actually go down there? No, Tommy can't get under turret, but does have that red buff. Picks up the kill under turrets. So TOMMMEH right now, this guy's doing work. He is, is building a little bit tanky. Doesn't have to build any extra attack damage, as tanky Warwicks are just the best Warwicks. Apparently, CV and a ward going down at the same time. So epic timing there, and TOMMMEH is gonna jump onto this dragon. We'll be pulling it out, and DeJester knows if he can just DPS Warwick a little bit, stop his healing there, then there's nothing he's gonna be able to do. And actually, they do wind up dropping the aggro on Baron, but the teleport coming in there from Udyr, and actually DeJester getting jumped on by Jerrrrry. He's going to be forced to go back to his lane, and this could be a really good dragon attempt. There's a ward over the wall, so TOMMMEH's going to try to steal it with that tornado. It's getting really low, needs to let it off now, but just a split second too late, and that will actually be, ooh, wow, DeJester's taking all that damage, and actually the Valkyrie coming out onto his face, and an awesome ultimate there by TOMMMEH, going to be pushing him away, and actually they blew the summoner heal there as well. I think there was a little bit of overkill, but Maokai is just going to be scouting out A 24/7. Let me call him like Alcoholics Anonymous. Anyways, Ted Stickles and TOMMMEH just kind of fighting one another there. TOMMMEH is actually having that red buff. Will be able to stick to it relatively well. There goes down the ult. The ult from Wukong is there as well. Don't believe they actually got anything knocked up, but Ted Stickles will follow. The ult from Slushy will pick up that damage and the kill there. Slushy's actually really low. I am surprised they could have just actually opted for Karthus ult into continuing that engagement, but that was a really good job here by Farmers Fighters. Or fightings, farmers. I should have solidified that ahead of time. My bad, but meanwhile Telandra just doing work top lane. He has everything he could possibly need to deal with everything up there. Has the Wriggles, has boots, will probably be able to go back and pick up a Warden's Mail if that's what he's really feeling. He has to deal with a lot of AD top from the ganks, and basically everything in lane. And that's everything Wriggles could possibly give him. He might actually go for, he's going to go for Merc Dreads, and that will exhaust his gold. Picks up a couple wards, so he actually has 3 wards in his inventory with that Wriggles. He is never going to get ganked. And even if he does, he has freaking Bear Stance and, oh wait, a turret still up. So that's going to be plenty of work. The CD goes down, and they will be able to see TOMMMEH over here on blue buff, and Ted Stickles is going to pop in here, and Slushy is right behind, but Slushy gets walled. This could be absolutely horrible for Lzuruha. Slushy's just getting derped on by Karthus, dodges that Q, but still goes down to the Defile. Ted Stickles wants to get out of dodge here, gets ulted by Warwick, whose ult is always up at exactly the right time, but he doesn't know why. Anyways, Ted Stickles will go down there, drawing the rest of the enemies away from, Big Bloody Bones and Jerrrrry. So it's 4-8, doubling up the killings that they've been doing. Farmers Fighters are really kicking it into high gear right now. Lzuruha does have a really good late game, but if they never get there, then it doesn't really matter, because as Karthus scales, Veigar is going to be eventually able to just queue him for massive damage, like a giant enemy crab in that respect. And Telandra just gets ridiculously tanky. Wukong's damage falls off a little bit. He does have that armor shred, which makes him carry into late game a little bit better, but I'd definitely go with an Udyr on my team over a Wukong. Wukong's just kind of getting derped on here top lane. We can see the CS is 89 for Telandra versus 71 on Warwick. So let's see, if we go ahead and check the Q farm, we see he's up to 43 extra AP, opting to farm with Dark Matter instead of saving all of that farm for his Baleful Strike. Didn't even have to look at it, guys. That's how awesome I am. Just kidding. I actually did have to mouse over it to check it out. But here we go. Blue buff will be going on to Slushy as soon as Maokai finishes whatever it is that he's doing. He's just trying to keep blue buff busy. And there goes the blue buff onto Slushy. He's still sitting at 43, I believe. Yeah, so he really needs to get that Q farm up. A lot of Veigars will just, save the wave, not farm it. Actually going for an aggressive wall there. Or, what do you call that? To Event Horizon. Gonna get up on my moves. TOMMMEH is gonna finish off Wraith Camp, go back, and will we actually see him Go back. No, he's a full health, full mana, double buffs. Doesn't want to waste any of that if he does not absolutely have to. But yeah, Slushy versus AA 24/7. Wow, so close. Just barely dodging that stun, and I'm pretty sure that's actually no DFG, so I don't think he could one-shot Karthus at this point, as it is just 182 AP to 115, so tons of AP on Veigar. Oh my goodness, that is a little bit ridiculous with all that spell penetration. Actually, ulting over the wall. Excellent ult there by TOMMMEH, chaining that together with the ult there from Wukong. AA 24/7 came up as well, but thanks to the Warwick blood scent, they will know not to ult or do anything crazy like that. Yeah, Warwick having a little bit of trouble there. Did all the suppressing, all the knocking up, but just did not get anything done. A really good job there to stun the first wave of minions. That does kind of clump the wave up a little bit, making it easier for Veigar to last it. He's actually doing a really good job at farming his Q. It is all the way up to 51, so it's a blasting wand. And I wish there was an AP item that gave you 10 AP. If there is, make sure to leave like a comment down below in the description or something like that. And wow, Slushy was in range for a wall there, but Event Horizon was not off cooldown. And that's the burden as Karthus. You really need some form of spell vamp when you're laning against you know, something like Slushy, just because you need to keep your health up at all times. Let's see what the cooldown is on the ult. It is up in 5 seconds. So At0mic a little bit out of position there. There he goes, back on the right side of that wall. And a lot of people gathering up here. Dragon will be cooling down here in the next minute. And this could be really interesting. So many Wriggles actually being picked up. That's 1, 2, 3rd Wriggles of the game. Which is 4th Wriggles. No, it's only 3rd because they have Maokai jungle. But yeah, clearing out the wards around Baron, or around Dragon rather. And this will be a Dragon most likely for Lzuruha. You know, we could see it go the other way if you know, Telandra decides to stay top lane instead of coming down. But if I can check and see his teleport, he does not actually have teleport. He's going Flash Ignite, so really standard top lane summoners. But without that teleport, that means he's going to have to run down mid. And wow, an awesome Event Horizon, which is not awesome because it doesn't actually kill anything except for that ward, which was not CC'd at all. If you could CC wards, that'd be awesome. No way they could get anything done there. Yeah, the Dark Matter just allowed Telandra to walk in there, and now that everybody from Lzuruha is around Dragon, they may actually opt to start it. Dark Matter, or Event Horizon, goes in there, and actually the Flash Initiate from Wukong, he's going to need to get out of there. He actually gets focused and then gets back out. An awesome ult there by DeJester. He gets knocked up almost instantaneously. An excellent heal going out with Bloodwater, or rather, At0mic will go down there. Karthus ult will come off there. Picarus getting DPS down there by Telandra. Will they actually go down? Oh my goodness. An excellent heal is on point. And wow, Picarus will actually survive. He just sees out of there. The decoys out of there. DeJester got it a little bit over his head. He's going to try to go for the kill on Big Bloody Boss, but needs to just get out of there. Jerrrry is out of mana, so he will not be able to Valkyrie again. It is also on cooldown, so DeJester's just going to walk away with that strut. And wow. That was a 4 for 2, and let's just say if Lzuruha had Karthus right now, they'd have a couple more kills. Get Big Bloody Boss and Picarus got out of that fight with absolutely no health. So a really good engage there, and it is now 6 to 12. Looks like Farmer's Fighters are, you know, have something going down with the doubling up on the kills. But as far as Farm is concerned, somehow Lzuruha is still ahead, and that is because of top lane. It is because of bottom lane. It is because DeJester right now has finally hit 166 CS versus just the 125, so he's leading by 40 CS top lane. This guy right here has been dominating this lane. He is at 116 versus Wukong's 104, so a little bit less of the domination in the CS, more of domination in, oh wait, his turret hasn't taken damage yet. So Ted Stickles doing a really good job in the jungle, but if we check out the jungle CS, it is 77 to 79, so really even there as well. It's just that you have to deal with this guy. He's a 5-1 Warwick, already has Wit's End, which means he basically never dies to anything. Has the armor from Wriggles, has the MR from MR Boots, and that Wit's End. Once he gets stacked up, that is going to be a lot of MR. So much damage actually dropping down there. By so much, I mean not a whole lot. Big Bloody Boss. Wow. Why don't you pick more names that are like extremely hard to say? Dragon getting DPS basically instantaneously. So Lzuruha just sniping that, getting a really good positioning, and we'll go ahead and throw down the, wow, I forgot what that was called. Make it rain. How could I do that? I am such a giant noob. In before Flames. Telandra is going to run back up to top lane. There's a massive farm up there for him to get. Picarus is going to run up there as well. Meanwhile, this guy picks up an Infinity Edge, so he's really far ahead in his build. Go ahead and check out what Corki's dealing with. He could pick up an Infinity Edge, not really. Let's check out what he has to deal with. He has 1600, so would opt for that BF sword. But let's see what the positioning is. Red buff just going to be picked up there on Warwick, and yeah, Karthus is now facing Janna mid. That shield and some was taken off there instantaneously. And let's check out the Q farm on Slushy. It is up to 61, so he is almost up to that BF1, aka needlessly large rod, which is what you're really looking for. Once you have 80 Q farm, that is going to put you right around Hat. Although because he did opt for DFG first, he's just going for that retard burst build, which is, oh my goodness. If he lands any sort of stun, then Karthus is just going to die instantaneously right now, because Karthus not opting for that Hat first, and a really good choice there. Actually, ward there from Lzuruha, spotting both TOMMMEH and Picarus in that bush. So Lzuruha really is back on the back foot. They have to play passively. They have to, you know, grab a couple of easy kills there on Karthus, and you know, get Slushy farmed up. They have a much better late game. I've already said that. You know, Warwick's really fed right now, but I don't know. You really wouldn't want to focus him in a team fight, anyways. You know, sure, he has that suppress, so he's more of an initiator. But really looking to see what Slushy is going to be able to accomplish. As far as the massive one-hitting action, it's going to make it really hard to catch any kills that he does accomplish, just because it's like, you know, there are no pings, there are no, oh man, this guy's getting low, he just dies instantaneously. So top farm is, or top rather, is allowing Picarus to come back into this. He's pushing, but meanwhile that's going to allow Telandra to cycle back to mid lane, and that will opt for, wow, so much damage going into on top of TOMMMEH. He will go down instantaneously. I think he thought, oh well, you know, they're obviously just going to focus Karthus, but when you're 5 and 2, you really ouch, really don't want to get cut out like that. Janna has an Oracles right now, so that's going to be a really good pickup for Lzuruha. I don't actually believe that the support Big Bloody Boss has an Oracles. Yeah, he's not going to be able to pick one up. Let's check his gold count. He is actually will be able to buy one if he decides to sit in base for a couple seconds. Let's see if he opts to do that. No, he's just going to go ahead and run back out there, actually pick us up a pink ward. And wow, second turret actually picked up by the 4 members mid there. Picarus got the top turret in exchange, but I think I like that trade by Lzuruha. Slushy getting those double buffs on, looking so ill. Picks up the red buff from Warwick, of course, and now they're going to cycle around towards Baron. Will not opt to do that right now. Atowic's just going to go back, pick up some 2 speeds, most likely going for probably some MR boots. Don't see cooldown boots that prevalent on supports nowadays. MR actually, wow, the caster's curse is engaged. TOMMMEH trolling me real hard. Picks up the cooldown boots, and I actually did watch an AP Janna pick that up earlier on. You just saw how effective Warwick's cooldown, or Merc treads were there, getting him out of that Veigar stun. Right now, Slushy is not in a good place. Ted Stickles is waiting over the wall for that flash ult, or the flash snare. Actually, TOMMMEH gets hit again. Will only take 1 Q, and with all of his magic resist right now, he is not in danger at all. Picks up a Phage, a really good item there. Just it makes him a little bit tankier, gives him a little bit more AD, but just allows him to be that effective CC bot, kind of like a Shyvana would be once you know, the Frozen Mallet was picked up. So that's probably what he's going to go for. I don't see a lot of Trinity Forces on Warwick's nowadays. Top farm is pushing ever since, or pushing for Lzuruha ever since you know, Picarus took that turret down, instantaneously picking up all the rays with that Nimbus strike. Looks like Ted Stickles and Slushy and TOMMMEH are mid here for Lzuruha. Slushy's just not doing such a good job landing those stuns. Maybe he's just, you know, spamming those out because he does have, oh wait, infinite mana, except not anymore because that blue buff has dissipated. So looks like Lzuruha will be cycling around here for either blue buff or dragon, and a really good play is to push in onto blue buff, try to make a play there, and if you don't get anything done there, and actually, wow, Ted Stickles will get caught out there. The CC goes on to TOMMMEH. You don't want to CC the Warwick, and are we going to see Atomic? Yeah, oh, excellent ult there from Atomic, but will he actually get out in time? Looks like Slushy got focused instantaneously, and with Karthus getting so strong, Telandra's actually going to get exhausted and running out there. Will they actually use the ult to pick up the kill? An excellently channeled ult there by Ted Stickles, but Telandra just needs to get out of dodge. Will actually Turtle Sands a lot of that damage, but TOMMMEH is not going to be able to pick up the kill. So Telandra, good job getting out of there, and a good job by DeJester doing about as much damage as he possibly could. And with Maokai way over here, not even getting the buff, he's going to be forced to suicide. I don't think, actually, yeah, Corki is going to get the hit off, so Ted Stickles will feed that kill, trying to dodge the turret damage, but unfortunately, does not block that, so he picks up Frozen Heart as soon as he goes back. But yeah, it's 8-15 right now, and they could double up the kills once again if Farmer's Fighters do go ahead and pick up one more kill. So I'll be interested to see if they keep double this entire game. Double Oracles picked up, one on Big Bloody Boss, one on Janna. So Janna's been forced to rebuy Oracles a couple times. She has basically all the items, you know, she actually needs. You know, has wards, has double GB5s, and 2 speeds. So she'll be able to do all of the assisting, except that, you know, you could use a few extra items on Janna. You could get that Aegis, get the Shirelias, if that's, you know, something they were going for. And really just a high damage team coming out here. With, you know, plenty of tanks to sit in front of Veigar, and that was really the problem with the last team fight. Telandra just did not sit in front of Slushy, and Slushy just got caught in that corridor and insta-gypped, essentially. So this will be actually a dragon for LzH, so, you know, they're keeping it even. They're down so many kills, but At0mic, wow, actually got caught out there, and the shield will come out to get her out of there alive. But what was I saying? Actually, LzH ahead in the gold count, 38-35, so that's really impressive to see people, you know, a lot of times the common misconception is that, you know, kills give you gold, and, you know, sure they give you gold, but really, it's all about this guy right here. DeJester is 2-0 with 260 farm, so as long as you keep your AD carry safe, that's going to carry you into that late game. AD carry scales so hard, and even though Misfortune doesn't scale as well as, you know, as much as her base damage, or as much as her, you know, she has incredible base stats, but not the greatest scaling. When you have 260 minion farm and almost going for that Phantom Dancer, she's going to be doing so much damage, especially if she can get off a full channel of her ult. Let's see, right now her ult will do 95 plus 56 damage per bullet, and it's actually like, I think 7 to 9 bullets in that spray for Misfortune, so that is going to be, oh my goodness. I didn't realize there was that cooldown there. TOMMMEH is just going to get out of that Dark Matter, just walks away from that, and actually, do we see CDR boots, or MR boots? No, Jerrrry's just going to get those attack speed boots. If you go defensive boots on your AD carry, you're decreasing the DPS so much. I was actually wondering, hey, if AD carries need to be repositioned so much, why don't they all get 3 speeds? And that used to be a recommended item on characters like Ashe and company, but you lose so much DPS by sacrificing that extra 20% attack speed on Zerkers that you just don't see a whole lot of them doing it. And actually, this could be the initiate that they're looking for. Oh my goodness, hey, 24/7 gets out of there with about 50 health. The engage will go off. They're fighting inside a Maokai ult. That is what they want to do. But let's see, as far as the kills are concerned, the ult will go off there by AA 24/7. He's actually still alive. No, there he finally goes down. And TOMMMEH will be the next to fall. Everybody's going to go on to bloodybigboss. So this is an absolutely epic engage there by LzH. They will only lose DeJester. So if he had to pick a time to die, that is the perfect opportunity. And that will lead them to go to Baron. Can they actually do this, though? They have not a lot of damage. Actually, yeah, if they buffer the damage for Slushy, Telandra just going to be able to take this as much as he wants. Baron is higher damage, but cannot crit, so that's going to make things okay for them. Ted Stickles doesn't want to chase as much. He's just hoping that people use as many spells as humanly possible, so he can heal up off of his passive. I need to quit talking because I need to take a drink because my voice is about to break. Oh my goodness, so much action going on here, and this is a really epic game. I am really surprised. After you know, Farmer's Fighters exercise their pitching arm, threw a fastball down the middle there. They are exercising throwing this game as much as possible. Just kidding. They did a really good engage there, but once Karthus got one-shotted, essentially, he actually lived with like 50 HP for so long, but jumped in there, did as much as he could, and finally wound up going down, but did pick up the kill there on DeJester. So we check out the kills. 6 kills and 6 deaths on Karthus, and if I check out his summoners, no, he's not running Teleport Revive. Not, you know, Phantom Lord-esque there. But, yeah, TOMMMEH and Jerrrry know that they can possibly get out. You know, they have a lot of durability, a lot of escapes, so they'll be able to get out of there should the opportunity arise. So they will be forming the frontal assault, rather, for Farmer's Fighters. Looks like Jerry's just going to cycle top lane, get his farm on. He is a little bit behind, and by a little bit, I mean about 100 farm. So that is where DeJester, who just now hits 300 minion farm, is going to have a sizable advantage, I'd say. You know, already going for that last whisper, going for that a little bit more of an AEU build. But meanwhile, Lzuruha is clumped up in this bush. They are not on top of a ward. And actually, Picarus could get caught out here. There we go. The stun goes off. Picarus will get gypped instantaneously. And by gypped instantaneously, I mean, wow, that was fast. And it looks like that will be the blue buff for Slushy. A really good bait there by Lzuruha. Rude going out there from Wukong. And wow, that was really good positioning. They made sure that they had the oracles to clear out the wards, and not finding any wards, just signal them to wait there, not take the blue instantaneously, and pop on the first person that face check that. So you know, that is just the lack of lack of oracles used, or rather lack of a CV from bloodybigboss. A lot of wow, and actually with all that armor, TOMMMEH still gets burst down there by that poke damage from DeJester. So that is a lot of damage, to say the least. Let's check out the gold count. Who's sitting on what? Actually, Veigar and DeJester both sitting on about 2,000 gold. And actually, a really good stun there, getting dropped onto Karthus. Turns on his defile just in case he got caught there. But that will be tower. That will be inhibitor. So DeJester and company are going to go ahead and take that out. At0mic actually gets the last hit there. Lzuruha is just going to back out. They took turret and inhibitor, and now they're just going to cycle mid lane. And you know, it's kind of lather, rinse, repeat at this point. Their Baron buff is you know, has about 20-30% left on it. So I don't know right now. This game is turning around, and you saw Lzuruha play so passively. They got a little bit devastated during the mid game. They were down basically double kills at all times, and that is not what you want to see if you know, as far as the way you want the game to progress. But they just held on, had one team fight, and that one fight just turned everything around. They got an almost ace, and the Maokai ult is going down there. They have double rings on the ground, but a really good engagement there by Wukong, getting so many knockups. The knockup by Alistar is good, and Slushy goes on a killing spree, picking up Corki instantaneously. And will we see Karthus go down as well? He will channel his ultimate. Will that be enough to pick up a kill? Yes, it will pick up Slushy. Picarus getting the kill there on DeJester, and a really good engage by Farmer's Fighters, going 2 for 3. Karthus, you know, you kind of expect that to die, but Ted Stickles will go down as well. He was going up there trying to get that CC, and actually, wow, Telandra goes for a drive-by, picks up the kill there, and will actually run out of the base. Could he get out of here? Oh my goodness, Telandra is going to live. He will be able to get out of there, going for the Wit's End as his next item. He's actually may opt to pick up the farm here bot lane, or just run straight for that dragon. He's going to clear that out for the super minions, which will be pushing that bottom lane, and he's going to go straight for dragon and pick that up. Oh my goodness, this guy right now, he's mad trolls all the way up in their base, runs in there, picks up Warwick kill, and then drives way down on here. I really wish he could, you know, fulfill the excellent role of that Blitzcrank legendary skin. That is the ultimate in drive-bys. If you ever get anything like that with a Blitzcrank, you need to send me that replay, because I need to cast that for massive lulls. Jerry's going to go ahead and allow Picarus the opportunity to dash over that wall. Oh my goodness, this game is like way too intense, so back and forth. It is 70-20, but crucially, there's a 10,000 gold difference. 10,000 gold for Lzuruha right now. And oh, Frodan's checking me out with the OK. He is back from eating dinner, and we may be able to cast some Goose versus Epic action after this. But right now, it's all about Lzuruha versus Farmer's Fighters. And yeah, thanks for the heads up there. I do leave chat up there just so you guys can get an idea of what the players are saying during the game, in case there's anybody like unto a Vile Rose of sorts who decides to troll a little bit hard. I always think it's amusing to check that out. Looks like DeJester and company, by and company I mean Telandra and At0mic, will be pushing mid for Lzuruha. Meanwhile, Slushy and Ted Stickles cycling up towards that top lane, and it looks like that will be where the focus of Lzuruha is directed. I'm pretty sure that was the most passive sentence I could possibly construct there, but it looks like Ted Stickles is just taking that turret. It will take it down there, as DeJester has a green pot running and a red pot as well. He's up around 257 AD, and that is not quite, you know, 4 Bloodthirst to Talon level, but it's going to do the damages. Already has a Last Whisper, Phantom Dancer, Infinity Edge. That's those core items you want on basically every AD carry. With the exception of Corki, you could go for Trinity Force, but just opt for that Infinity Edge. Instead, there is a stun, gets onto Picarus. the Dark Matter actually does hit him, so he's going to be chunked there, but thanks to the heals from Alistar, bloodybigboss just dropping those down all over the place. They will be able to sustain 100 turns. Those minions have basically full health all the time until the DeJester one-shots them. So great job there by Slushy. His Baleful Strike is farmed up to an extra 100 AP, so he is sitting at 602, already has that Death Cap, has that Void Staff, and the DFG. He is rolling in the dough right now. He's up at 600 AP, and that is just going to be devastating. He's going to wait there in the bank, letting his tank wall in the back, letting his tank wall tank. And pretty much one-shotting whoever he wants. If I can calculate some damage on his ult, there's 400 actually. Wow, a Banshee's Veil on Karthus. Whoa! bloodybigboss gets like half of his health deaded there. Will actually be healing up from that. Will he actually go back? No, he's just going to sit in there. Notice he has his ult. Actually, Telandra is taking turret for a really long time. He needs to get out of there. That turret tank is going to be too good. He may actually be able to go down there. The ult channeled from the back by DeJester. So much damage going down there, but actually a lot of damage coming off from Karthus as well. That is going to drop so many members from Lzuruha.LoL. Telandra will be trying to get out of there alive. He will actually be able to escape. He's going to go back in there, trying to pick up Picarus. Picarus will get picked off there. bloodybigboss and Jerrrrry will go down to pick up the ace. Wow, Slushy goes down there, Telandra goes back in there, the Shirelles is popped, they're going to go in here, so the Ted Stickles will take that, and the damage coming down here by DeJester will pick up that turret, and that will be all the base turrets, or yeah, all the base turrets are down. It looks like this inhibitor will go down as well. They're going to cycle towards mid lane to pick up the mid inhibitor, and it looks like DeJester will be able to pick up that single-handedly. Janna OP, such great utility that last game, oh my goodness. That was just so clutch. Atomic plays an absolutely amazing Janna. They will pick up the Nexus turrets and the Nexus and the game. GG is coming out from Atomic. And yeah, sure, Karthus is alive. May have to flash in there. We'll go for the last minute kill on Telandra, but that bait is too good. The Nexus will fall, and that will be the game for Lzuruha. GG's to both Lzuruha and Farmers Fighters. I hope I've been getting that name correct this entire time. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked what you saw, go ahead, like, subscribe, leave a comment, thumbs up, whatever you want to do, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.